What if a simple countdown could transform your life? What if 5 seconds were all it took to break free from procrastination and self-doubt? Today, we explore a groundbreaking metacognitive tool that's revolutionizing how people approach decision-making and personal growth. What if 5 seconds were all it took to transform procrastination into action, fear into courage, and hesitation into decisive leadership? The 5-second rule, developed by Mel Robbins, represents a fundamental shift in how we approach personal development and decision-making. This metacognitive technique operates on a remarkably simple premise. When you feel an impulse to act on a goal, count backward from 5 to 1, then move physically. The power lies not in the counting itself, but in how it engages your brain's prefrontal cortex before self-doubt can intervene. The rule's implementation requires absolute precision. When you recognize an impulse to act, immediately begin your countdown. 5. Acknowledge the impulse. 4. Focus your attention. 3. Engage your prefrontal cortex. 2. Prepare for movement. 1. Take physical action. The mechanism operates through 3 fundamental aspects of human behavior. First, it overcomes the brain's natural tendency to resist change by interrupting established thought patterns. Second, it bypasses the fear response centered in the amygdala, preventing emotional reactions from derailing your intentions. Third, it creates immediate momentum through physical action, capitalizing on the brief window between impulse and self-doubt. The science behind this approach centers on activation energy, the initial push needed to start any action. When individuals encounter resistance to a task or decision, their brains typically default to the path of least resistance. The 5-second rule disrupts this pattern by engaging metacognition, the process of thinking about thinking. This engagement allows people to outsmart their own brain's resistance to change, creating a bridge between thought and action before internal resistance can build. The versatility of this rule becomes apparent across multiple contexts. In professional settings, it enables quick decision-making and promotes proactive leadership. For personal development, it breaks through procrastination barriers and facilitates habit formation. Time management improves as tasks are initiated promptly rather than delayed. Productivity enhancement occurs naturally as the gap between intention and action narrows. Now that we understand the neuroscience behind the 5-second rule, how do we implement it effectively? The following implementation guide breaks down the process into clear, actionable steps that maximize the rule's impact across various scenarios. The implementation process consists of 3 critical phases: recognition, countdown, and action. Each phase serves a specific purpose in overcoming internal resistance and promoting immediate action. Understanding these phases enables individuals to apply the technique with precision and consistency. Recognition begins with identifying impulses to act. These impulses manifest as initial thoughts about taking action, physical sensations indicating readiness, or emotional signals prompting movement. The key lies in developing awareness of these signals before self-doubt can intervene. When individuals feel an instinct or impulse to act on a goal, they must recognize this moment as their trigger to initiate the countdown sequence. The window for action spans approximately 3 to 5 seconds before self-doubt intervenes. During this critical period, the brain's prefrontal cortex remains engaged and receptive to decisive action. This brief window represents the optimal moment to capitalize on the brain's natural inclination toward positive change. The countdown sequence requires precise execution to maximize its effectiveness. At 5, individuals acknowledge the impulse and begin focusing their attention. By 4, they engage their prefrontal cortex, initiating the decision-making process. 3 marks the preparation for physical movement, while 2 signals the final moment before action. At 1, immediate physical action must follow. This sequence interrupts the brain's habit of hesitation by activating the prefrontal cortex before the amygdala can trigger fear responses. The countdown serves as a metacognitive tool, allowing individuals to outsmart their own brain's resistance to change. The mechanical nature of counting backward occupies the mind, preventing it from generating excuses or doubts. The rule proves most effective in specific scenarios where hesitation commonly occurs. In morning routines, it helps individuals overcome the initial resistance to starting their day. During workplace decisions, it enables quick action on important tasks before procrastination can take hold. Public speaking situations benefit from the rule's ability to bypass fear responses, while exercise initiation becomes easier when coupled with immediate physical movement. Difficult conversations become more manageable when the rule is used to overcome initial hesitation. The question remains, how will you implement the 5-second rule to transform your life? The time for action begins now. Remember, change doesn't require months of preparation or perfect conditions. It starts with a simple countdown. 5. Acknowledge your goal. 4. Focus your attention. 3. Engage your prefrontal cortex. 2. Prepare for movement. 1. Take immediate action. Subscribe now for weekly insights on evidence-based productivity techniques. Remember, knowledge without action is just information. Take control of your decisions today.